So one of the things that I always look for before I sell a stock is what would I do if I was going to buy this stock right now? Would I purchase it or should I keep it? And if I'm saying, oh, I would buy this right now, then I'm actually not going to sell that stock. And today, the actual opposite happened because we saw Tesla start off very, very good. In intraday, at the beginning of the day, I saw TSLL rise about 3.5 or 3.15%, and I saw a profit increase of, I think it was around $200. After I saw this happen, I was anticipating that it was going to sell off. So what I ended up doing today was I actually sold today right around 9 a.m. And rather than waiting for it to pull back as I would anticipate, because it seemed like it was so overbought, I decided to just wait a second and then actually buy the inverse and ride Tesla stock down and actually short Tesla. So what I did is I went to TSLS, which is the 1X bear of Tesla. And actually, it wasn't this one. It was TSLX, or which one? I'll show you guys my order so you can actually see. TSLZ is what I bought. Yes. So I was up about 200. I decided I'm going to short it during this period of time when we saw Tesla push up and it looked overbought. I went to this inverse and I actually purchased, and let's see what that trade looked like. I'll look on the history here. I bought at 357 for 51.24, and then I sold at 1372, and I made about $57 to add to Tesla. And this is where I made my mistake today. I actually should have just left the day because I was over $200 in profit. That goes about, on this account, 4%, like doing okay, right? What I did is I actually decided to buy back into Tesla, and now I have lost a little bit over $25. And luckily, it's recovered, but I actually was down more, and I'm managing my risk to where I don't want this to go below 1%. I still see kind of an uptrend on the day, so I'm hoping it's going to continue up. But just to kind of like walk you guys through what we saw with Tesla, if we look here, this is what I was looking at that made me actually sell. Couple things. If you look right here around 9 a.m., 8:55 a.m., we were at 983. And you look on the chart here on the RSI, for example, we're overbought. We are up there on the RSI. We are looking overextended on the MACD here. And so that's when I decided to sell. I use those indicators. Does it mean that every time these indicators show that the stock is overbought or oversold, that it's 100% going to go in the opposite direction? Absolutely not. These are simply indicators and tools that allow me to, in my experience, make better investment decisions. Does it work out every single time? No. And it oftentimes, if you're positioning yourself right and you manage your risk, you can put yourself into a position to where it can work out. But that's the difference, right? These are not an end-all be-all. If the RSI is overextended or the MACD is overextended here, that it shows that it's automatically going to buy. Because here's what happened and where my mistake actually happened. You see, after I bought the inverse, and so the inverse, I ended up making a profit, right? I shorted Tesla. After I did that and I wanted to buy back in, which was right here, I believe. No. right here, my indication was that we were seeing it start to break up above the moving average. And if it's breaking up above that moving average right here, see this moving average, then in most cases, the moving average is going to either reject on the 1 day, or on the 50 day, or it's going to start acting as a support. And so I ended up buying here thinking, okay, it's going to start acting as a support, and then it sunk down more, and that's why I've been down. And luckily, it's still kind of pushing up above the moving average, and we might see it continue up on the day. But if you look throughout the rest of the day here, I was anticipating that it was going to go and use this as a support. Now it's actually acting more as a resistance, as we've seen Tesla drop, and now this moving average is showing that maybe it's going to start continuing down on this trend. So that's where I made my mistake, is I relied 100% on indicators when I had already hit my daily goal. I already achieved what I wanted to achieve for the day. And so when you're busy, like you might be at work, you might be having a lot of things going on throughout your day, especially when that is happening, if you find yourself in a position where you've hit your goals through the day, it wouldn't really make sense if you're going to be busy, there's things going to be happening. One of the things is I actually went to the gym while I had this position open. And so I wasn't able to properly, fully manage my risk. And so right now, luckily, it's just 0.6%. At one point, it was, much more than that. So we'll see if it does recover. At this point, I'm going to be setting a stop loss and a limit order, so that what I'm anticipating right now is that it is going to push back up to these previous levels up here around 970. And that's where I'd like to sell. Now, if it doesn't and it continues down, I would hit my stop loss. I have my stop loss here right around 940, 941, 42, because if it goes to that point, then that would mean that not only am I past that 1% loss, that I would not want to lose any more than 1%, but it's also a relatively clear support that Tesla has found. So that was kind of like the walking through. And again, these indicators that I'm showing you guys on the phone that you look at, yes, they're good. They're as good as a desktop. They're better in some cases because you can really zoom in and you can actually you can edit anything that you want. You can turn it off, turn it on. You can see everything you'd see on a desktop. But just because you have the tools on your iPhone, doesn't always mean that those tools are just going to be correct. And that's simply where I made my mistake today. We'll see if it plays out. I'm hoping that, at this point, the risk management will take us to where we want to go. We'll see. For you guys that are interested in learning how to invest here on Robinhood, I actually put together this 7 tips for investing on Robinhood. Give you a little bit of technical analysis. I give you some fundamental analysis. I also give you charting and how to evaluate a stock. I also talk about the mindset and kind of what you're doing to manage your risk as a trader using the Robinhood app. So for those of you guys that use the Robinhood app and you like to get a better understanding of how to invest using Robinhood, again, I would encourage you. It's a free 7 tips guide, the book on Robinhood investing, and it is in the first link in the description for those of you guys that would like to join. If you guys would like to work with me and watch me trade live tomorrow and surround yourself with like-minded individuals and investors, I would encourage you guys to check out StockMate. It's the second link in the description. Right now we have a $200 discount as I just launched StockMate, and I recently put together the community, and we're just now getting to the point where I have all of the A to Z lessons, over 70 plus lessons for you, along with the full breakdowns in 2 books. One is the Profitable Trader and the other one is the Robinhood Investing book. That one's free. You can go get it. But for those of you guys that would like to watch me trade live and surround yourself with other investors and entrepreneurs, StockMate is the second link in the description. Simply take a look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.